Hey there, everybody. Played a practice game in Super Advanced Strat-O-Matic to get my feet wet and get myself back in, hopefully in gear. So we are ready now for opening day of the Demo Dozen, or Demos Dozen. 12 teams, 6 from the American, 6 from the National, in either a 42 game schedule or a 32 game schedule. I haven't decided yet. Probably going to reduce it to 32 just so it's more easier to finish rather than having to play all those games. So what if I go through 32 and I still feel like keep going? I'll raise it to 42. Opening day game today is going to come from Rogers Center in Toronto, as they will be hosting the Texas Rangers. So I'll go ahead, before I get started with the ball game, I'll go ahead and show the 25-man roster that I've selected for each team to use. Starting with the visiting Texas Rangers, these are the bench players and the guy who's not starting the ball game as a starting pitcher. So non-starters, if you will. So reserve outfielder Ryan Rua, reserve catcher Robinson Chirinos, and reserve infielder DH Mike Napoli. Other pitchers that aren't starting the game: Yu Darvish is one of the starters. Andrew Cashner will be part of the rotation. AJ Griffin will be part of the rotation. And Martin Perez part of the rotation. In the Ranger bullpen, it'll be Alex Claudio, Keona Keela. I'm sure I butchered that name. Talk about names. Hey, Al Red Sox fan, how you doing? Talk about names. Here's Austin Bibbins Dirks. Hope I did that right. Tony Barnett. Nick Martinez. I need Tabletop Earl because he's the Ranger fan. Matt Bush, Jeremy Jeffress, and Sam Dyson. So those are your bench players for the Rangers. Now let's look at the Rangers starting lineup for today's game. The starting pitcher on opening day of Demos Dozen is left-hander Cole Hamels. He'll be on the mound. Now let's go through the starting lineup. Leading off as a DH is Shin Soo Choo. Hitting second at shortstop is Elvis Andrews. Hitting third in right field is Nomar Mazara. Batting cleanup at third base is Adrian Beltre. Batting fifth at first base is Joey Gallo. Hitting sixth in center field is Carlos Gomez. Batting seventh and catching is Jonathan Lucroy. Batting eighth and playing second base is Rogned Odor. And batting ninth in center field is Delino DeShields. So those are your Texas Rangers that are going to start the season. We do have some guys obviously carded that aren't in the 25 here, so I am doing injuries. So if injuries come up or if I feel like a player needs to be sent to the minors, then I will do some substitutions. All right, now let's look at Toronto, look at their non-starters before we get their starting lineup. And it'll be infielder/outfielder Stephen Pierce, infielder Darwin Barney, backup catcher Luke Maley, and then the pitchers, part of their rotation, Marco Estrada, J.A. Happ, Francisco Liriano, Joe Biagini. In their bullpen, lefty Aaron Loop, Ryan Tepera, Danny Barnes, Dominic Leone, Mike Bolsinger, Jason Grilly, and Roberto Osuna, and Joe Smith. All right, let's look at the starting lineups for the Toronto Blue Jays. Starting pitcher on opening day is right-hander Marcus Stroman. And we'll look at the starting lineups. Leading off and playing left field is Ezekiel Carrera. Batting second, playing shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Hitting third at third base, Josh Donaldson. Batting cleanup, the DH, Kendrys Morales. Hitting fifth is Joey Bats, Jose Bautista. Hitting sixth at first base is Justin Smoke. Batting seventh and catching, Russell Martin. Batting eighth in center field is Kevin Pillar. And batting ninth is Ryan Goins. So that way, if you're wondering when I'm making substitutions and you wonder why I don't use a certain guy, well, it could be he's not on the roster. So we are looking at ballpark effects, of course, for Rogers Center. Don't have to worry about weather because the dome is closed. So we're going to the regular ballpark effects. And for Toronto, a single is 1 to 9. Home runs are 1 to 8. They're the same for lefties and righties. So 1 to 9 single. I'm sorry, 1 to 9. Got it backwards, I think. 1 to 9's right. Okay, 1 to 9's a single, and 1 to 8 is the home run, and that's the same for righties and lefties. All right, all those festivities out of the way, we are ready to get going. Marcus Stroman will be stepping to the box or to the mound, and leading things off for the Blue Jays will be Shin-Soo Choo, the DH. Again, this is super advanced. And we are ready to go here. Demos dozen is now officially underway. It's a 4-7. 4-7 for Stroman against the lefty Choo. He is a strikeout. So Stroman starts out, at least in Toronto's mind, the right way with a strikeout. Brings up Elvis Andrus. It's a 4-8. Stroman against the righty. Ground ball to short. 2 down. Brings up Nomar Mazara. A lefty. 5-4 for Stroman. 5-4 lefty. Catcher X. That is going to be Russell Martin. And Russell Martin is a 2-E1. So he's obviously a very good catcher. There's a 2-E1. That is a 6. A 2 and a 6 is a P/P, but nobody's on base to worry about any kind of a pass ball or anything like that. That's an 11. And he's an E1. And there's no errors, so it is simply going to be, if we flip over to the P/P with no runners on base, let's see here, batter pops out. So it's simply going to be a pop out to Russell Martin for out number 3. And Texas goes in order, 1, 2, 3. So down go the Rangers. Marcus Stroman, an effective inning. Now it's going to be Cole Hamels' turn. He'll get the chance to see what he can do. And he's going to be facing left fielder Ezekiel Carrera. Start things off. It's a 4-10 for Carrera against the lefty. That's ground ball to short, so there's one away. Handled by Andrews. Brings up Troy Tulowitzki. 5-11. 5-11 against the right-hander for Cole Hamels is a single, but it's a ballpark chance. So that's a 1 to 9. 1 to 9 will be a single. Anything else will be a line out to short. That's a 17. He's going to line it to short. Snagged by Andrews. 2 down for Josh Donaldson, third baseman. 110. 110 for Donaldson against the lefties. A ground ball to short. And both pitchers breeze through the first inning. 3 up, 3 down on both sides of the equation. We go to the second. No score. Marcus Stroman back out there. Be facing Adrian Beltre, third baseman. He will be leading things off. That's a 5-3 against Stroman. That's a ground ball pitcher X. Stroman's a 1 and an E7. So a 1-E7. That's a 17, so we know that's a good play. That's a 6. So we're going to check the E7 for a pitcher, and a 6, and there is no error. So good play there by Stroman, 1 away. Down goes Beltre. Here is the first baseman, Joey Gallo. It's a 2-6 for Gallo against a right-hander is a strikeout. So Gallo down on strikes. 2 down for Carlos Gomez. 1-2 for Gomez is a ground ball to short. And that's going to end the inning. So Stroman, 3 up, 3 down again. So he's retired all 6 he has faced through 2 innings. And Cole Hamels will come back out. He'll be facing the DH, Kendrys Morales, to lead off the bottom of the second. Switch hitter batting right. And that's a 4-9. Cole Hamels against a righty. 4-9 is going to be a leadoff walk. So leadoff walk to Kendrys Morales. He is slow as molasses. He doesn't even have any steal ratings, so he's not going anywhere. We'll roll the D20. Make sure nothing happened in there. All right, here's Joey Bautista. 3-6 against a lefty. That's a fly ball to center. 1 away. For the first baseman, Justin Smoke. Switch hitter batting right. 1-9 for Smoke is a ground ball shortstop A. That's a 6-4-3. And just like that, the second inning is completed. So Cole Hamels works around the leadoff walk, no problems. After 2 complete, we are scoreless. And not unexpected because you got the 2 aces out on the mound. And they'll bring up Jonathan Lucroy. He is the leadoff man here in the 3rd. And we get a 4-7 for Stroman against a righty. It's a strikeout. So Stroman continues his hot ways. Here's Rougned Odor. Odor, a 2-7. And that's a 1-3 single. Anything else will be a line out to the second baseman, Goins. And it's an 18, so it's a liner to Goins, and that's 2 away. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Delino DeShields. That is a 1-5 for DeShields against the righty, and he will strike out. So Marcus Stroman, perfect through 3 innings, has retired all 9 he has faced. Go to the bottom of the 3rd, still no score. Cole Hamels back out on the bump to face Russell Martin. Russell Martin to start things off here in the 3rd, 5-9. Against the righties, a ground ball to short. 1 away. Here is Kevin Pillar, the center fielder. It's a 6-7 against Cole Hamels, and that is a ground ball second base X. Second baseman for Texas is Odor. He's a 4-E20. The 13, so that's going to be questionable. See if he can get that or not. Second baseman, a 4 and a 13. 4 and a 13, he will get to it. It's a G3. And then we have a 17, and he is an E20. So E20, and look at this. An E20 second baseman, E20. 17 is a 2-base error. That's the only spot that's a 2-base error, and he found it. So Rougned Odor, a 2-base error, will put Pillar at second with 1 out for Ryan Goins. Hello there, statistician. It's a 17, nothing on the D20. Here's Goins. It's a 2-11 against the lefty. 2-11 is a ground ball to first base A. That'll move the runner to 3rd, but now there are 2 outs. And it'll be up to Ezekiel Carrera, the leadoff hitter. Nothing on the D20. Lefty on lefty. 6-7. Cole Hamels against the lefties. A ground ball second base X. So again, that is Odor. You just made an error last time. It's a 4-E20. Oh, and that's a 2, so we know that's going to be a base hit. So as a 2 on a 4, it's an SI2, single 2 stars. So that will score Pillar. It's an unearned run, but Toronto will take it. And they lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll check and see if it's an error on top of that. That's a 9. He's an E20. E20. E20 and a 9. There is no error there, so it's just a single. But Toronto jumps out on front 1-0. Brings up Troy Tulowitzki. Nothing on the D20 for Tulowitzki. That's a 4-6. Cole Hamels against a righty 4-6 is a strikeout, and the inning is over. But Toronto, thanks to the error by Odor, as he stunk up the joint with his defense, Toronto has taken the lead by a score of 1-0. And we go to the 4th. Stroman's been perfect through 3, so we're back to the top of the order, and Shin-Soo Choo. 5-4 for Stroman against the lefty is a catcher X. The catcher, in this case, Russell Martin, is a 2-E1. A 2 and a 2, that could make it interesting. So we'll check out a 2 and a 2 on a catcher. 2 and a 2 is a W/G. And then the error is a 9. The error check is a 9. He's an E1. So there's no error there. W/G with the bases empty. The batter hits a squib in front of the plate, and the catcher throws him out at first. So it's a 2-3 ground out as Chu is retired. Russell Martin makes the play. 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Elvis Andrews. 5-8 for Stroman is a ground ball second base X. That's Ryan Goins, the second baseman. It's a 2-E11. Oh, that's a base hit. A 2 and a 2 is definitely a base hit. I'll have to check for an error on top of it. 2 and a 2 is a single. SI1. That's an 8, and he is an E11. E11, no 8 there. It's just a single. So it's a first hit of the ball game. Elvis Andrews, a clean single here in the top of the 4th. And I'll bring up Nomar Mazara. Nothing on the D20. It's a 5-3 for Mazara. Stroman, Mazara's a left. He's a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 1E7. So it might be able to turn 2 here. That's a 2, but he is a 1, so that I think would take care of that. As a 1, a 2 is a G3, so it won't be a double play. And that's a 9, and he's an E7. No error, but a G3. I believe the runner advances on a G3. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Runner at first. Yep, runner advances. So ground out to the pitcher, but Andrews will make it to second base. So he's at second with 2 outs for Adrian Beltre. So he's in scoring position for Beltre. That's a 2, so now we need to check and see if we're looking for a pass ball or a balk. It's a 4, so we're checking a pass ball on Russell Martin. So we'll check Russell Martin's pass ball rating. He is a pass ball rating of 1, so this D20 has to be a 1 or there will be no pass ball. And there is no pass ball, so we re-roll everything. Beltre, a 6-9 against Stroman, is a strikeout. And that's going to end the inning. So, gave up his first hit, but not his first run. And Stroman keeps the Rangers off the board. Go to the bottom of the 4th, still 1-0 in favor of the Blue Jays. And Josh Donaldson will lead things off. 4-6 against Hamels is a strikeout. So Josh Donaldson down on strikes. Brings up Kendrys Morales. Morales, a 5-3. Switch hitter batting right against Cole Hamels, a 5-3. He's a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 2E30. So not a good fielder with that E30. It's a 2 and a 2. That might even be a base hit plus an error. We'll check it out. Pitcher chart, 2 and a 2, isn't it? Single 1. Yes, it is. But it's a 10, and I don't think there's any errors on 10s. Check it. There is on the pitcher. There is an error on the pitcher. I remember Espo said there wasn't any on the regular fielders, but for a pitcher, an E30 and a 10 is an error, 1 base error. So it's a single plus an error. So Morales will make it to third, give him a single, and then an E1 will send him to second. So he is in scoring position with 1 out for Joey Bats. Nothing on the D20. Bats a 4-8 against Hamels. Bats batting right-handed. He's a fly ball right field B. That's 2 away. Now, when it's a B like that, is it a B question mark or just a B? 4-8. It is a B, not a B question mark. So, not going to, with Morales, especially since he doesn't run very well, he's not going to take the chance of going to third. So, it's 2 outs, runner at second, and Justin Smoke. It's a 1-7. Smoke against the lefties, a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing there. We played 4 complete at Rogers Center, and the score remains Toronto 1 and Texas nothing. Marcus Stroman back out. He will start here in the 5th. His point of weakness is the 6th, which is the same as Cole Hamels. Joey Gallo steps to the plate. Gallo is 6'8". He bats left. 6'8's a ground ball to second. 1 away for Carlos Gomez. Gomez, a 1-7 against a righty, is a ground ball to first. 2 down. And that'll bring up Jonathan Lucroy. It's a 5-3 for Stroman against a right-handed hitter. He's a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 1E7 for Stroman. And that's a 2 again, but it's a 1, so he's going to make the play. And that's a 13. So we'll check out 13 and the E7 is a good play. So no problems there. Stroman made the play. Down goes Texas here in the 5th. Still nothing doing. Stroman strong through 5. Shut out the Rangers. Still holding a 1-0 lead. And back out there is Cole Hamels to face Kevin Pillar. Center fielder, Pillar, steps to the plate. I'm sorry, it should be Russell Martin, not Pilar. My bad. Got him backwards there. Martin is the next scheduled hitter. He grounded to short his first time. 5-4. 5-4 is a ground ball third base X, and the third baseman is Beltre. Beltre is a 1 E13, so with a 1 he will make the play. It's an 8. Question is, does he make an error? He's an E13, and that's an 8. E13, there is no 8, so he makes the play. And Russell Martin is retired for the first out. And now we bring up Kevin Pilar. That's a 2-4. Against the lefty, it's a ground ball to second. That's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for Ryan Goins, the second baseman. That's a 4-11 against Hamels. Against the lefty, it's a fly to center. And that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for Toronto. We played 5 complete. It is Toronto 1 and Texas nothing. And now Marcus Stroman, as we start the 6th, he will begin his point of weakness inning. He doesn't look very weak right now, though, but that could change. Here's Rougned Odor. 4-9. Odor's a lefty. 4-9 is a ground ball shortstop X. That is Tulowitzki. He's a 3 E21. And that's a 2. I keep rolling these low numbers on the D20. That's a base hit for sure. Need to check an error. It's a 6. And Tulowitzki is an E21. E21. And look at this. E21. E21 and a 6 is a 1 base error. So it's a single plus an error on Tulowitzki. And so Toronto just returns the favor that Texas gave them last inning. Or the 4th inning, I should say. And that puts a runner at second with nobody out for DeShields. Nothing on the D20. It's a 1-12. And that's a line out shortstop Max. So that's a double play. Line out to short. Caught by Tulo. And he steps on the bag to double off Odor off of second base. And there's two quick outs. So just when Texas thought they had something going, they blow it. Here's a 3-11 for Chu. And that's a diamond or a triangle single. So it's a 1-6 for a single. 7-20 is a line out. That's a 5, so it is a single for Chu. And now that double play really comes in to where it bites them, because that probably cost them a run. Here's Elvis Andrus. Elvis Andrus. Check the D20 for Chu. Nothing happening. Andrus, a 3-5 against a righty. Ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. So Stroman, despite giving up 2 hits, he gets out of it. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Cole Hamels will also be starting his point of weakness inning against Ezekiel Carrera. Still 1-0 Jays. 6-6 against Hamels against the lefties. A ground ball to second. And Carrera is out of there. Brings up Tulo. Trying to make up for that error. Oh, he did turn a nice double play. 1-3 is a pop out to short. So 2 up, 2 down. That brings up Josh Donaldson. I'm thinking the runs will pick up when we get to the bullpens, probably. 6-6. Donaldson against a right-hander is a strikeout. There is a dot, but he hasn't reached his point of weakness. He hasn't given up anything since this inning, so he's still fresh and good to go, and that's going to end the inning. So we go to the 7th, and the Blue Jay bullpen is loosening now because Stroman has given up 2 hits already. So if he gives up another combination of 2 for the hits and walks, he will reach his point of weakness. So with Texas coming up with Mazzara, Beltre, Gallo, some lefties coming up, they may be going to Aaron Loop. So Aaron Loop, the lefty, Aaron Loop is loosening in the bullpen for the Blue Jays in case Stroman starts to falter. But we start the 7th. Stroman's going to give it a go. It's a 5-5 against the lefty. That's a strikeout. So Stroman says, not so fast. I'm still good. Here's Beltre. Can't argue with him. He's pitching the shutout. That's a 4-8 for Stroman, and that's a ground ball to short. 2 down. Brings up Joey Gallo. Stroman has silenced the Ranger bats tonight. 5-10. Ground ball shortstop X. That is Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki. A 3 E21. This time finally a high number of the D20, so he will make that play. That's an 11. So we're checking E21 and an 11. There is no 11. He makes the play, and the inning is over. So 7th inning stretch time, we've reached it, and the score. Yes, Al, if he's reached his point of weakness and he gets a result that's a dot, that out turns into a single. I believe it's a single with 2 stars, no less. So, although I'll double check that. But, yes, that is the danger of using a pitcher who has reached his point of weakness. But right now, he's still good to go. Cole Hamels, same way. He has not given up anything since he reached his point of weakness inning. So he's going to start the 7th against Kendrys Morales. 1-6 against the lefty. That's a single. So Kendrys Morales just knocked the first ding against Cole Hamels. Bring up Jose Bautista. Now the Texas bullpen's starting to stir a little bit. Nothing on the D20. That's a 5-7 against a right-hander. 5-7. A 1-2 is a single. Anything else is a ground ball to third, which would be a force play. That's an 11. So it's a ground ball to third. 5-4 force play. 1 away for Justin Smoke. 2. So that's a chance for either a balk or a wild pitch. And we're checking the balk rating because it's a 3, but Cole Hamels has a 0 balk rating, so we ignore that and just keep going. Thank you, Statistician. I thought it might have been 2 stars. I wasn't quite sure. All right, 1-3 for Smoke against the lefty is a walk. So that's 2 notches now against Cole Hamels. And let's check the Texas bullpen, see who they might be wanting to bring in. They got Matt Bush, the righty. So Matt Bush is quickly warming up just in case. One more reached batter by walk or single, and Cole Hamels will reach his point of weakness. Right now it's Russell Martin. Nothing on the D20. It's a 2-10 against the lefty, and he's going to hit him. Hit by pitch. Now, I don't think hit by pitch counts against the point of weakness. I'm pretty sure it does not. So we're going to maintain that part of it. But the bases are now loaded for Kevin Pillar. And I think that's enough for Texas to go ahead and make the move. And they're going to bring in Matt Bush, bringing up a fresh arm. So Cole Hamels pitched well, just didn't get any run support. And Matt Bush has been put in a tight situation. 1 out, bases loaded, facing Kevin Pillar. He needs a double play ball. That's an 11, nothing on the D20. That's a 2-7 for Pillar against a righty. 2-7 is a ground ball to short. That's going to do it. 6-4-3. So talk about doing his job. Matt Bush comes in, throws a double play ball, gets the Rangers out of the inning, clears the bases, and gets Cole Hamels off the hook for giving up any more runs. So close the book on Hamels, 6 1/3 with only 1 run allowed, as Bush definitely had things going there. So Marcus Stroman's going to come out for the 8th. He's still pitching a shutout. Why not? They do have Loop in the bullpen, and also warming up in the bullpen for the Blue Jays is right-hander Jason Grilli. So they got Grilli and they've got Loop in the bullpen. But right now, Stroman's still going. That's a 6-3. 6-3 for Stroman against Gomez. And that's a diamond shot. Diamond shot on the 6-3. Home runs are 1-8 for both righties and lefties. So Carlos Gomez could get on the board with a 1 through 8. It's a 13, so he flies to left. So Carlos Gomez, just a deep fly to left, and Stroman breathes a sigh of relief. Brings up Jonathan Lucroy. That's a 3-5 for Lucroy against a righty, and that's going to be a base hit. 1-16 is a double. 17-20 is a single. That's a 5, so it's a double for Lucroy. And with Odor coming up the lefty, the Blue Jays are going to make a move to the bullpen. And they're going to bring in the lefty Aaron Loop. So he's in there just to face the lefties. He'll be in there to face Rougned Odor. Stroman goes a total of 7 1/3, but you can't close the book yet because the runner on second is his responsibility. So Aaron Loop trying to hold the fort. Nothing on the D20. Lefty on lefty, Loop to Odor, 5-7. Ground ball second base X. Second base X is Goins. He's a 2-E11. That's an 18, so we know that's a good play, but that's a 5, so that's a rare play. Whenever you get the number 5, it is a rare play. So we go to the rare play chart. Rare play under. Let's see what the 18 is. He is a 218. 218 is G1. So we'll go into G1 rare play. G1 rare play. If there's a runner on first, I'll go ahead and show it. G1 rare play. If there's a runner on first, the ball hits the batter's ground ball to the fielder who starts a double play. The runner on first breaks up the double play, but the umpire rules interference occurred. It goes in the rule book as a double play. So it's a double play. Interference was called, but there's not anybody on first. So let me see, how's that going to work? Let me double check this here. It was a G1. There is no runner. With no runner first, the batter grounds out what the runner's holding. Okay, so all that's out of the way because there was no runner on first. So it's simply going to be a 4-3 ground out. Normally the runner would go to second. I'm sorry, from second to third on that. But the thing says rare play says he doesn't go, so I'm going to have to go with it. Normally I would, normal rules you would move him up, but may not matter anyway with 2 outs now. Here is Delino DeShields, number 9 hitter, against Loop. 2 outs now. Nothing on the D20. That's a 3-7 for DeShields against the lefty. 1-12 is a single with 1 star, where that now moving the guy to third could really be a difference maker. That's a 15 though, so it's a line out to short, so it does not come into play. The inning is over, so Loop gets Stroman out of the trouble. And nothing doing for the Rangers. Nothing doing for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We got some lefties coming up for the Blue Jays. So with that being the case, they are going to go to the bullpen for a lefty. So Matt Bush did fine. Got out of the jam in the previous inning, throwing a double play ball. He faced 1 batter and got him out with a double play, so he went 2/3 of an inning. But now they're going to turn it over to a lefty out of the bullpen, and that lefty is going to be Alex Claudio. So Alex Claudio, the lefty, is in. He will be in to try to keep things right where they are. It's still a 1-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And Ryan Goins, the batter, he will lead things off. That's a 6-2. 6-2. 6-2 against a lefty. Lefty on lefty. 6-2. Fly ball to center. 1 away. It'll bring up Carrera. That's a 110 for Carrera against the lefty. 110 is a strikeout. So 2 down, and Claudio's doing what he's supposed to do. Here's Tulowitzki. Going to have to face 1 right-hander. That's a 1-3 against the left-hander. It's a pop out to short. So perfect inning turned in by Claudio. And now we're going to the 9th. And that means Mr. Ozuna for the Blue Jays, the closer, is coming in. Mr. Ozuna. He is the closer. Roberto Ozuna. He will be in, and he's going to face the top of the order. Chu, Andrews, and Mazzara. So top of the order, and then Beltre if anybody gets on. So Ozuna is in to pitch the 9th. Facing Chu. That's a 3-3. Let's get Chu in the box here. Forgot to put him out there. 3-3 against a right-hander is a fly ball to right. That's 1 away here in the top of the 9th. Brings up Elvis Andrus. That's a 2-7. 2-7 is a single. So Elvis Andrus keeps things going with a 1-out single. Brings up Mazara. Now, Andrus is a pretty good stealer. And down by 1, it would behoove him to get into scoring position. So he's going to try for a lead here. 2 through 5 and 11 or 12, he'll get his lead. But it's a 1, so it's a 1. There's a chance he's going to get picked off. When you roll a d20 and a 1, it's a chance for a pick-off. You go to his secondary number for stealing, which is 13. And we're going to roll the d20. If it's a 1 through 13, he gets back. If it's above 13, he gets picked off. It's a 4, he got back. He not get the lead anymore. So we're going to just go ahead and roll. We'll roll the d20 just to see if it's a balk or anything. There is not. So here's Mazara as Andrus unable to get the lead. 1-7. 1-7 against a right-hander. It's a ground ball second base C. That's going to advance the runner, but now there are 2 outs. So 2 down. And now it's all up to Adrian Beltre. He's the last chance, although the runner is in scoring position. Ozuna's going to try to close this thing out. Nothing on the d20. Beltre, a 5-5. Oh, he did it. Beltre has just tied the ball game. A 5-5 is going to be either a triple or a double. Both of them will tie the game. Ozuna will blow the save and take the win away from Stroman. That's a 1. That's a triple for Adrian Beltre. So talk about clutch. 2 outs, top of the 9th. He triples, and the ball game is tied. And that'll bring up Joey Gallo. And Ozuna, not a happy man right now. 2, so now we're checking for a balk or a wild pitch. I'm sorry, a balk or a pass ball. It's a 4, so we're checking the pass ball of Russell Martin. And he's a 1, so unless it's 1, there's no pass ball. There's not, so now we're going to roll for Gallo. That's a 5-8. Ozuna is a strikeout against the lefty, and that's going to end the top of the 9th. But the clutch triple from Adrian Beltre has tied the ball game. And now we go to the bottom of the 9th. Blue Jays trying to see if they can't win it. With the right-handers coming up, the Rangers will take Claudio out of there, and they'll go to a right-hander out of the bullpen. And the right-hander is going to be Tony Barnett. So Tony Barnett is in. Pitch the top of the 9th. Mr. Barnett, or bottom of the 9th, I should say. Mr. Barnett, he is the 4th Ranger pitcher. He will start out facing Josh Donaldson. Blue Jays looking to try to win it in the bottom of the 9th. 4-11. 4-11 is a potential single on that ballpark, but it's a 1 through 9. And that's a 3, so it is a ballpark single for Josh Donaldson. He's a slow runner. He's not going to go anywhere. So Kendrys Morales is up. It's a 20. Nothing on the D20. That is a 5-6. Kendrys Morales, switch hitter batting left. 5-6 is a ground ball second base A. That's a 4-6-3. Double play. And we're looking like extra innings really quickly here. Here's Joey Bautista. 2-4. 2-4 is a walk. So not over yet, or not into the, we're not in extra innings yet. Bautista is on. He's the winning run. Here's Justin Smoke. 19, nothing happening. Here's Justin Smoke. 2-12. Hit by a pitch plus injury. So Justin Smoke is going to get hit by a pitch, and we'll have to check his injuries, because I am doing injuries in this demos dozen. So we're going to go to an injury chart and check him out. And on the super advanced injury chart, you roll a d20 and see what happens. Justin Smoke, that's a 3. So a 3 says remainder of this game. So the remainder of the game, he's going to have to leave. So Justin Smoke is now going to have to exit the ball game after getting hit, and we will need a new pitcher. So new first baseman rather. New first baseman for Toronto is going to be Steven Pearce. So Steven Pearce will have to come in for the injured Justin Smoke. And we're still going here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 on and 2 outs. And it's up to Russell Martin. he's got a chance to win the ball game here outright. 2 on, 2 outs. Russell Martin, it's a 2, so there's a chance for either a balk or a pass ball. Chance for a pass ball, but it's, again, he's only a 1. I'm sorry, it's the Texas catcher, so it is LaCroix. Let's see what LaCroix is. I've been doing it for Russell Martin for so long. LaCroix is a pass ball 1 also, so probably not going to be able to do it. And look at that. He's a 1 pass ball rating, and he just did a pass ball, so go figure. So pass ball will move the runners to second and third. They're in scoring position. We'll run again. Nothing happening on the D20. We get a 2-5 for Russell Martin. 2-5 is a strikeout, and we're going to extras. So free baseball here at Rogers Center as Barnett pitched out of it. We're going to the 10th inning. And for Texas, Ozuna blew the save, so now they got to go to somebody else out of their bullpen. And it's going to be, let's see, they're going to go to Dominic Leone to start the 10th. Dominic Leone. And my battery's starting to run low, so I'm going to hook in my power cord here so I wasn't expecting a long. All right, the Carlos Go leading off against Leone. He's the 4th pitcher used by the Blue Jays. All right, here is 5-5 for Gomez against Leone is a walk. So walk. And Gomez, he's going to try to get a lead. 4-6 he'll do it. Nope, no lead. So that ends that. Here's LaCroix. It's a 1-8 for LaCroix. 1-8 is a ground ball shortstop A. That's a 6-4-3. And that's 2 away for Rougned Odor. So Odor. It's a 2-9 for Odor. And that's a strikeout. So that's going to end the top of the 10th. Nothing doing there. We go to the bottom of the 10th, and Barnett is going to exit. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Rangers. And it's going to be Jeremy Jeffress. So Jeremy Jeffress is in. He will be the new pitcher. Kevin Pillar. Let's get this. So Pillar things off. And that's a 1-5, and that's a single for Kevin Pillar. He leads off with the base hit against Jeffress, who is now the 5th pitcher for the Rangers. So it's a leadoff single for Pillar, brings up Tulowitzki. And Pillar is going to try to get a jump. 6-7, he'll do it. It is a 7. He will do it. He will do it. So he will get the lead, which means a 16, which means he has to steal. And now we'll check some of the effects here. Jeffress is a -4 on his hold rating. And the catcher, in this case, LaCroix, is a -1. So that's a total of -5. So it's a -5. Starts with a 16, so -5, which takes it to an 11. He's being held. So that brings it down to a 9. So it's kind of tough luck for Pillar. He's got to get a 9 or less. And he's gone down, caught stealing. 2-6. So he took a chance. It didn't work out. Sometimes you got to be aggressive. It's a 5-11 against Jeffers, and that's a ground ball first base X, which is Gallo. He's a 3E6. That's a 10. I think he'll make that play. Let's see, a 3 and a 10. He does make the play. It's a 16, and he's an E6. E6, no 16, so Gallo makes the play. 2 down. 2 up, 2 down, top of the order for Ezekiel Carrera. That is a 6-4 against a lefty. 6-4 is a fly ball to left. And we go to the 11th. So nothing doing there. Jeffress is out. Leone will be back in for his 2nd inning of work. And he'll be facing Delino DeShields and then the top of the order. So Delino DeShields starts the 11th against Leone. That's a 2-7. 2-7 is a fly to left, one away. Brings up Shin Soo Choo. That's a 5-10 against a lefty. That's a strikeout. So 2 down for Elvis Andrews. Let's see if Elvis can leave the building. 4-6. Well, he doesn't leave the building, but he does get a double. That's a 2-out double for Elvis Andrews. And now Nomar Mazara with a chance. Nothing on the D20. Mazara, a 5-7 against a lefty. That's a strikeout. He has not reached his point of weakness, so that is a strikeout. Inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 11th. It'll be Ryan Goins against Jeffress. He'll start his second inning of work. As he gave it 1 hit in his 1 inning, so he's going to try it again. 6-5 against a lefty. 6-5 and home run chance. This could be the ball game. However, Ryan Goins, he is normal against righties. So a 1-10 and the ball game is over. It's a walk-off home run by Ryan Goins if it's a 1-10. It's a 3, so Ryan Goins, who would have thunk it? Ryan Goins hits a home run. Actually, that wasn't Ryan Goins' bat. What am I doing? That guy out of place. My bad. I got the lineup screwed up. I'm sorry. Ryan Goins was just batted here recently. This was really Tulowitzki's at bat. I hate when I do that. Tulowitzki's at bat. So it was a 6-5, so we take it over to the right-handers. It's a 1-11. It's still a 3, so it's actually Tulowitzki who hits the walk-off home run. Finally got it straight. Had to use the right batter to make sure I got the right call here because Carrera made the last off batter and the number 2 hitter, Tulowitzki, would lead off the 11th. So that is a walk-off home run. That 6-5 hurt Jeffers no matter if it was a righty or a lefty. Troy Tulowitzki took advantage. He does have normal power against righties, and he walks it off. And the Demo Dozens opening day game, first game of the Demos Dozen, ends in the bottom of the 11th on a walk-off home run by Troy Tulowitzki. So hope you all enjoyed that. My battery's about ready to die, and I think I need a break too and a drink of water or something because that was a long one, 11 innings, but a good one. 2-1 your final. Toronto gets the victory. Leone the win, Jeffers the loss. There is no save. And, of course, the player of the game, Troy Tulowitzki, a walk-off home run. So until next time, hope you guys enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all down the road.